Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? I'm enjoying that music. The music is pretty good. That lo-fi music they have on here. It's pretty good. How y'all doing? Good afternoon. I know some of y'all at work and running around and running errands. I know my wife is one of them. She's out running errands. Hey, how you doing, brother Rizzo? Welcome. Thank y'all for joining. Uh I seen Telshin here. Telshin had a powerful message last night. If you missed it, go check it out. She was in the book of Revelation. She walked that thing all the way out, as she always does. She was just on one last night, but it was a great message, powerful message. Go check that one out if you missed it. Dr. G, hey, how you doing? Let me see. Amazing Miss Pre, welcome. Hey, sis Joy, Pink Girl Teachers is in here. Welcome. Joy dropped another video on TikTok. I'm telling you, Joy got all kinds of stuff going. She's kicking around a trash bag and comparing it to how the narcissists basically just throw you out like yesterday is garbage. Powerful message. It's like I love seeing stuff like that because it's more you can see it. Sometimes you read words, but when you can see stuff and you can relate it, you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's like, man, come on now. So yeah, Joy, like I said, she's doing some different stuff over there on TikTok. I promise you that much. But thank y'all for being here. Alan B, hey, how you doing, brother? Where you at? Where you driving at right now? Tell him where he at. He be all over the road driving 18 wheelers. But thank y'all for being here. Let me make sure I ain't missing anybody. I don't think I did. It's a midday discussion. Basically be more questions than anything. I'm not going go too deep or anything like that. I just got a few Bible verses, and then I'm gonna do sort of like I did. Hey, how you doing, Tiffany? Welcome. It's gonna be sort of like the other midday discussion. I'm trying to make them all the same, where we have a topic, but then if you want to ask questions, it's kind of your time to ask questions, because usually we deliver a message. It's kind of hard to actually answer a lot of questions, but I'm gonna do the midday discussion. When I do them, it's more for questions. So if you have any kind of questions about narcissist abuse or things that's going on, or like this topic is, will you ever get justice? Because a lot of people want to know, the narcissist gets away with all kind of things, or different people just get away with all kind of things, and people always want to know, well, will I ever get justice? Like, will they ever get caught? Will they ever go to jail? Will they ever get in trouble and things like that? So that's what we're going to talk about this today. Like I said, it shouldn't be a long video or anything like that, but I think it's critical because so many people are stuck on that. They so worried about the narcissist getting justice, and they're not worried about themselves getting their healing. See, it's a different. Again, it's another trick of the enemy. You worried about this over here, but you're supposed to be doing this over here, and there they go. They throwing you off course, as they love to do. So that's why I said, don't worry about the justice part of it. Don't worry about where they go to jail and things like that. So you worried about this world system. You worried about the court systems around here, when you should be worried about God and his justice, because his justice is totally different from anything that we can imagine. A lot of times we get caught up, well, I hope they go to jail for 10 years, 20 years, stuff like that. Well, in God's eyes, when he brings down justice, it's a whole different kind of justice. And we'll discuss that a little bit today. Again, thank y'all for being here. Yeah, right, Dr. G, distractions. That's all it is, just distractions. Thank y'all for being here. It's just awesome to be able to come live and just talk with family, share, and things like that. My wife, ladies, if you haven't signed up for Rock Your Crown, she has Rock Your Crown 5 tomorrow. I think you still can get tickets on Eventbrite. You can visit our website, narcfreeliving.com. If you still want to sign up, I think it's $20. So it's not like she's asking for thousands of dollars or anything like that. So $20, real small fee, but it's not about the money. It's what you get, what I'm saying, out of the learning experience, being around other like-minded women that are trying to achieve greatness. And that's what it's all about. I haven't attended one hour because it's for women, but Shannon has shared with me each one, like kind of what's going on, how to win and stuff like that. And you see, like Telshin and Joy and Dr. G and different people, they'll say, they went to Rock Your Crown, whether it's 1 through 4, and say how good of an event it was. So if you haven't signed up, sign up today. Don't wait until last minute, because hey, they might, she might close down the thing. So I'm not sure. Oh, she just said, so I added a few more seats, so don't miss out. So her seats that she had available actually sold out, but she added some more seats. So if you want to be part of Rock Your Crown, like I said, sign up on narcfreeliving.com. You want to get t-shirts and apparel and coffee mugs and all kind of things, go to her website, same thing, narcfreeliving.com. Follow on TikTok, Twitter, Clubhouse. She's always on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's always a great event. Again, like I said, when I first started, Telsha tore the house down last night. She's always live on Thursdays on YouTube, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then my other sis, Joy, she's usually live on Sundays. But check they community tabs and things like that to see when they going live. So Pink Girl Teacher, she's usually, like I said, live on Sundays. Alan B usually have his thing on Monday on Clubhouse. If you ain't been on Clubhouse, you missing out. Clubhouse is another app. I shouldn't just say just another app, but it is another app that you can share and learn about not just narcissists. I go in real estate rooms. They teach a lot about real estate. You want to be up on game about that, current events that's going on. They talk about the Ukraine war. They got all kinds of different rooms, but Shannon does narcissist abuse every Tuesday. And like I said, Alan B does fasting and different things like that on Mondays. So always powerful rooms, always different things going on. So it's always awesome just to be part of that as well. And then Rizzo, Rizzo, like I keep saying, he has his podcast. So you want to find out about crime scene and different people that, that's coming up missing, or, like I sent him a story on TikTok yesterday about two young ladies, two African-American females that are missing right there in Cleveland, Ohio. He said he knew about it, which I figured he would. They've been missing since August and I think September last year. Nobody heard from them. They just vanished in Cleveland, Ohio. So it's good to, have a brother like that that's on current events, especially in his own backyard. And, like you said, he's trying to, take over those cases, but he's getting blocked. So we praying that, whoever it is, the DA or whoever it is that's blocking them from being able to take over those cases and try to help find these girls, or at least get some closure to the family. We praying that, that the people that are in charge, that they allow Brother Rizzo and his team to be able to take over those cases and at least, like I said, give these family closure, or maybe find these women. I mean, we don't know if they're, still alive or whatever, but we claiming that they're still alive and they're able to be found. So, hey, how you doing, Kristen Pilker? Welcome. Thank you for joining. If you want to follow me, this is all my stuff right here, TikTok and everything. So, just follow me on there, and, TikTok, on there, I like TikTok. It's easy to do quick little videos, quick little messages. It's a lot you can say in 1 to 3 minutes. Sometimes 30 seconds. You don't think you can, but obviously you can say a lot in those few minutes. Again, if you're dealing with domestic violence, hey, here's a number: 1-800-799-SAFE. 7233 is the number. So, get in touch. And that goes to men or women. If you're dealing with domestic violence, please get the help that you need. Don't just say that the woman is crazy because she hit you a couple of times in front of your friend. That's not crazy. That's domestic violence. Let's call a thing a thing. That is abuse, So, go ahead and get the help that you need and figure it out, from that. Yeah, like my wife said, that's so sad. So much human trafficking and evil in this world. A lot of human trafficking going on. You start looking around in your own city, I guarantee you some women, a lot of women and men that are missing. More women, I will say that way more women that are missing, and younger children that have been kidnapped. Because I don't know about you, but Amber Alert goes off on my phone. Has to be what it does. It goes off sometimes 2-3 times a day all around Texas. We get the ones for Texas, and Texas is a large state, so it's always going off. And I'm pretty sure in your area you always get Amber Alerts that a child has been abducted. If you haven't gotten an Amber Alert, you didn't know what that means. That's exactly what that means. That a child has been abducted is the Amber Alert. Silver Alert is something like someone of an older age is like missing. I had to figure that out. You have a silver, you have an amber, and you have another one. You have a few other ones that I think one is blue alert, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's when a cop is down or something like that. But, I ain't sitting here teaching you all the alerts, but I'm just saying, so that way you kind of know what those things mean. Like in Houston, we'll see them on the billboards, and I had to figure out what the a few years back what the silver alert was. A silver alert. Then I realized, when I went Google it, it was for older people, like with Alzheimer's or anything like that when they go missing. But anyway, thank you for that, sis. God bless you, Telsha, for just always being here, just being here, showing time, being in the chat, speaking to everybody, sharing your knowledge about narcissist abuse, of course, and then breaking down Bible verses as well. So thank you for that. God bless you for that, sister. May God return it to you over and over again. Thank you for that. So we always appreciative to have our brothers and sisters around here when Joy and Telsha come around, and Alan B and Rizzo and Dr. G and whoever, Kristen. Because I know y'all can be doing other things, whether it's midday or at night, whenever we go on live, y'all can be doing other things. For y'all to be here, it's just awesome. So let's just get started with this. Like I said, it's not a long message or anything. It's gonna be more y'all want to ask questions, things like that. I know we have people that come in, they want to know different things, about justice or whatever. So it's always good to be able to ask questions and then get your questions answered, because sometimes we want to ask the question but we don't. Sometimes we ask the question but nobody ever sees it. So like I said, the midday discussion is more for you to ask questions, whether it's about this subject or about something else with Narcissist. You can ask the questions and actually get the questions answered. So like I said, though my live is kind of hard to do that when you got a message to deliver and you can't really do it. Again, this one is, will you ever get justice? We want to know, after all this narcissist abuse, after all the lies, all the cheating, all the scandals, all the, the discard, the smear campaigns, the flying monkeys, the enablers, after all of that, we want to know, will we get any kind of justice at the end of this? Will the narcissists get their due? Will they ever get caught for the things they do, for the stalking, for the obscene phone calls, for the threatening text messages? And you've turned all this into the police department. You turned all this into, you told different people, but yet and still nothing has been done. So the question is, will you ever get justice for all the abuse that the narcissist has done to you? And not just to you, to your children, because they'll threaten your kids, or they'll, do the parental alienation things and things like that. So we want to know, a lot of people want to know, I get this question a lot on TikTok. Will a narcissist ever get caught? Will they ever, anything ever happen? They had a young lady, hey, how you doing, Miss Ash? Welcome. They had a young lady on TikTok the other day say she had just left the court system. Joy and I was talking about that video. She had just left the court system that day. She was crying on her TikTok because she had filed a complaint. She did the documenting. She did the, giving the stuff to the police department, the local police department, only for the judge to basically slap her in the face and say, we're not doing anything. They actually lifted her. She had an order of protection in place. They actually lifted it. And now the man can continue doing the stalking, which he never stopped. That's the crazy. He never stopped stalking her. Even like Shannon said, Jordan said it, Telsha said it, I didn't say it as well. That order of protection is only a piece of paper. Don't think that paper, it ain't like you can just hold that paper up and the person is going to stop doing what they're doing. A lot of the narcissists and evil people, they could care less about your piece of paper, your order of protection or anything, restraining order. They don't care about those things. So you have to be diligent and you have to stay on the course, because the enemy tries to distract her. Like I'm telling you about the lady, you can tell she was heartbroken, and because she did it right. She did the documenting, like I said. She filed police reports multiple times from what I get out of the video. She went to court. She had the order of protection only for the system to fail her. And sometimes the system can fail her. That's why we have people like Rizzo that can come in and do training on, we in the court system, like, when you have an attorney and things like that, or if you don't have an attorney, where he can coach you up and train you. That's why I always mention my brother Rizzo, because a lot of people don't know what to do when you get in court, especially if your attorney don't train you, or you just got appointed attorney. Man, them people that be knowing what to do, they just in there. Hey, how you doing, Janet Foot? Welcome. Them people are just in there, so we want to be prepared. When we're trying to get justice, we want to be prepared on every level. And people like my brother Rizzo, has a company that can help you and coach you up for when you get to the court system, and you need to be, just be, what I'm saying? You can't be all hysterical and crying, because that just don't work in the court system, so he coaches people up, for a fee. I ain't saying it's free or anything, but he shows you how to do those things and be in the court system and actually, do it the right way, so you can try to win things. But it was just sad to see that woman crying on TikTok, and, knowing, because I watch her videos a lot, just knowing that she did everything she could, and getting still, it's like the narcissist still won. But my question is, did they actually win? I don't think so, because it's not over. You see, that's the thing we have to realize. When we go to court and we sit there and if we cry or we think we got a good chance of winning the case and we don't, and a narcissist won this little victory, that doesn't mean that everything is over. You have to keep going. And I know, the young, I can't think of her name, but I know, she was crying and heartbroken, but you have to continue fighting. Even though the order of protection was lifted, you have to keep doing what you have to do to protect yourself and protect your children. And you see a lot of this on TikTok more, because the reason why I talk about TikTok so much, because a lot of people are starting to share and say, hey, the narcissist abuse, usually it's men when I'm hearing, the man, he's, been abusive to my kids and to me. And when am I going to get justice? I didn't did it the right way. I didn't went to the court. I didn't did that. But have you went to the right courts is the question. You can go to the court down the street, to the, the neighborhood courthouse and things like that. I get that. You can file all the restraining orders and police reports. I get that. But are you doing it right so far as going to God and doing that the right way? Have you, like Shannon, she teaches this all the time, have you severed the soul ties and repented for things that have went on in a relationship as well? It's much bigger than just filing, just orders of protection. I mean, I know that's one way, but it's much bigger than just doing just that. It's much bigger than just calling the police and saying, hey, he's stalking me. You have to go further than that to get your justice. And a lot of times, I think sometimes we don't. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And then sometimes it just takes a little while. Like I said, I don't trust the court system. So far as, if you're in a domestic violence situation, especially being a man, Alan being here, my brother Rizzo in here, hey, how you doing, Tessa Black? Welcome. You know that if you call the police and say that your wife or girlfriend is hitting you, 9 times out of 10, especially if you bigger than her, whatever, they're going to look at you and laugh at you and be like, man, you can't handle that. So the court system is not set up, to me, I'm talking about this world's court system is not set up to get righteous justice. Does that make sense? It's not set up that way. It's really not. And I don't care if you're a man and a woman, or a woman, it's not set up for you to get righteous justice. It's just not. It's not. Your children suffer. You suffer. If you stand with your parents, guess what? They gonna suffer because the guy's still coming over. He's still stalking you. Or the woman is still coming over, still stalking. They calling the house phone. They got 30 different numbers. You can get a Google number like that. Keep getting them. So they got all these different Google numbers, calling you from block numbers and all these different things that they are doing to just ruin your peace and try to destroy your day. But yet and still, I don't know about y'all, but the Bible says, victory is mine. So you have to realize that even through all that, it might take a couple years, it might take a few years, it might take several years. Even through all that, you have to just keep walking this thing out and keep knowing that God is going to do it. And when he does it, his justice is not this world justice. This world justice, like I said, it's broken. It's a broken system. And Rizzo can talk about it more than I can. But what I'm saying is it's a broken system, meaning that when you go in there, you're expecting one thing, but I guarantee you get something totally different. And it's the same thing with God. Like God, you're expecting, well, I hope, they just go to jail for a couple of years or something happened. And when God does it, you don't believe me, ask Shannon, because Shannon was in a situation too with her ex, and she just didn't know, it's the same thing. She was wondering, would she ever get just, we had this conversation, but I used to always tell her there's no whipping like a godly whipping. Now, when God came down and did it, came out of the blue. It's when you least expect it. When he came, how you doing, Carmen? Welcome. When God came and did it, it's different. And she didn't even think about the magnitude of what God could do. I didn't either. I didn't know, that was even possible. So when God did it the way he did it, he turned around and when you do, anybody like Alan B, we've been in the military, when you do 20 years, not just in the military, but with any job, and you're about to retire and things like that, you got things in place. You know what I'm saying? You didn't put your time in, you about to retire. That's a good feeling. But what happens when you did 20 plus years in the military or at your job, and then all that is taken away and you can't file? You're no longer, so speaking about military, you're no longer a soldier. And the reason why I'm saying that, because your rank has been taken away from you because God stepped in and said, hey, enough is enough. You think you're getting away with stuff. So the way that worked out was, the ex, talking about Shannon's ex, he could never go into a VA hospital. He can never put on his job application if he's trying to apply for a job saying that I'm a military veteran, because the military does not recognize him as a veteran even after 20-something years in the military. Now, that ain't this world's justice. That's God justice. Because I ain't never think that could, I didn't know that could happen like that. So just think about the magnitude of what I'm saying. When God took over and did it, it's like, whoa. So 20-something years, thought he was on his high horse, thought he's about to retire, and it just got snatched away to where, nope, you're not retiring. That's over with. You're not going to retire. You're no longer even a soldier. Basically, you just wasted 20 plus years of your life. And trying to tell a job, even at McDonald's, trying to explain to them, oh, my last 20 years, can't really say what you did because they were like, what's your honorable discharge? You ain't got an honorable discharge. You know, anybody in the military, Shannon and Alan B can attest to this. You ain't gonna have an honorable discharge. You get a dishonorable discharge. That's not what you want on your paperwork so you can get a job. So it, like I said, it's different when God is part of this justice system and he's actually doing it his way. It's a whole different kind of whooping. Like I'm telling you, it's a whole different kind of, now we'd have depended on this court systems, we'd have been thinking, well, you know, maybe I don't think he would have got thrown out of the military and all his years of service would have just gone. It would have been more like a slap on the wrist, maybe deduct his rank or something like that, which Alan B and Shannon can attest to this. You can get your rank taken. It's like a job. You can get you can get demoted and then turn around a year later and get promoted. You see what I'm saying? But the way God did this one, once that demotion took place, it's no more promotion because you're not even in the military. And it can happen the same way for any one of us that's dealing with justice. You have to realize that if you put this at God's feet and let him do it and just sit there, you got to be patient. You got to be patient. You can't sit there and be like, oh man, God, why didn't it happen yet? Just give it to God. Stop worrying about it and go do something else. And once Shannon did that, when she gave it to God and then stop worrying about it, you can ask her. She got a call out the blue about a year later. The attorney from Hawaii called and said, hey, I need to talk to you. And then that's what they ended up telling me. This is what happened. We had been praying about it and we just gave it to God and just left it alone. And then that's what happened. Got kicked out. Hey, how you doing, Anna Robles? Welcome. Got kicked out of the military. 20 plus years gone, vanished. Can't apply for a job saying that you a military veteran. You can't get, for y'all that know, like you got like military plates, like license plates and disabled vet plates. Can't get none of that. You can't go to the VA hospital. You can't go shopping on a military base. You can't get a military ID card. There's a lot of benefits that you can get when you get out of the military. You can't get those benefits. Alan B and Shannon know exactly what I'm talking. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You know how you get, you leave a job or something like that. It's just done. You can't no longer go back there. Like Alan B just said right here. Dishonorable discharge, that ain't the one you want. No, a medical discharge, you don't want that either because you're getting kicked out, but that's just like an honorable discharge. But a dishonorable discharge, no. It's almost similar to saying when we go to the, to Judgment Day and God say, hey, I don't know you. It's almost as simple as that when you think about it. A dishonorable discharge, like God just like, hey, I'm dishonored with what you did on earth. You didn't do my work. It's the same thing when the military told him. We dishonored with what you did to one of our sisters, talking about Shannon. We dishonored with what you did, so therefore you're going to get a dishonorable discharge. And that's the justice in a nutshell, but that was God's justice. And God seen to it that, Shannon, we prayed about it. Like I said, we gave it to God and we stopped worrying about it. And God worked the thing out. It took a year or so, but he worked the thing out and then boom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? Unbroken Sylvia, welcome. So you got to realize that sometimes the stuff that you're trying to do on your own, it's not going to work. It's not going to work by yourself. I know some of y'all, a lot of men, you got egos and you don't want to go get help. You're like, nah, I'm going to do it on my own. Stop trying to do these things on your own, especially when you're dealing with a covert female narcissist. Man, hold on. No, you gotta get this stuff to God. Yeah, E7 to E1. Just think E7 is like a high ranking. You go down to E1, that's like a buck private coming to the military day one. All them years of service, 20 plus years of service, woof, gone. You can't, like I say, you can't go to the VA. You can't get none of the benefits of saying you're a soldier. And a lot of people, that's all they know is being a military soldier. So you get kicked out that way. Yeah, I can laugh at it. It's funny. It just he did it to himself. So he get kicked out that way. That's a whole different kind of whooping. That's a godly whooping. So will you ever get justice? Yes, you will. God go see to it and see fit that things going to work out. It just takes time. And I don't know. I can't sit there and tell you go take a year. And Shannon's situation was a little bit over a year or whatever. But sometimes it takes 2, 3, 5 years. It might be 8 years later. You thinking the narcissist getting away with everything because, again, y'all want to follow their social media. Y'all want to be up on what they have going on. They posting what they want you to see. You think they posting they got arrested last night? Nah, they're not posting that. They're not posting that they went to court because the new supply then figure out who they are and and you wonder why, they got another girlfriend. That's because after that situation they left you with, they went and got in another situation only to turn out that situation was trash too. And the person figured out who they was. Don't worry about it, sweetheart, like Shannon just said. So you got to, don't worry about it. It tells us not to worry in the Bible. So stop worrying about justice. Stop questioning God, like when I'm going to get my justice, and just know that you're going to get your justice at some point, at some time. You see what I'm saying? So stop worrying about it that way. I'm just trying to help you out, fam. I'm just trying to help you out. Just trying to help you out. Just trying to help you out. Just so you can understand the magnitude of these things. Come Jesus, he did that. Yeah. Jesus did that. Hey, how you doing, Andrew? Welcome, welcome. Jesus did that. It wasn't me. It wasn't Shannon. It wasn't even the military lawyers, which they call JAG officers. It wasn't them. It wasn't the sergeant majors. It wasn't the lieutenants, the corporal. It wasn't none of them people, the generals or any of that, even though they all had a part to do with it. It was God that gave that justice down to where that man got kicked out of the military after 20-something years, and it's like wipeout. Like none of that stuff even counted. You might as well have went did something else for 20-something years besides winning, because everything you did, it doesn't count. It was erased. There you go. It was erased from history. Can you imagine the 20+ years of work you just did over the last 20 years just get erased from history? Like you never was there. Like all the things you did, whether good or bad, it's just all gone. Nobody even know really who you are. They don't remember you because you just got erased from history. So think about what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Think about it. You read what you sow, that's written. Amen to that. You right about that, brother. So that's exactly what happened. So if you worried about when you go get justice, it's going to come. And it's not going to be coming like you think it. It's going to come from a different way. God going to do it in his way. And his way, to me, is the right way. And it gives you even more satisfaction because you know it wasn't man. You know man did not do that. You know the court system did not do that. If you really look at it, like, that's only God can do something like that. Only God can take a situation where you didn't think you had a chance to even win the case, and he flipped the whole thing around to where you didn't actually win the case, you won the case. Let me explain the difference. See, when you win, and it's like, okay, you win a couple of things, you get a little bit, and then you fall back. Then you win a couple, and you fall back. It's almost like a wrestler. Like a wrestler can't go, whether it's professional or WWE or whatever, you can't go 8 years without losing a match. You're going to lose some matches along the way. And to me, that's what winning is. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you won, it's a difference. See, what happened with Shannon, she actually won. So it's a difference. See, she was winning little things. You get the 10-year order of protection. Okay, that's a win. But then if he calls you something, so it's kind of like, you take a step back, it's a loss. And same situation with y'all. You might be winning some things, but then you lose some things, but you're still winning. But when you won, it means it's over. God say enough is enough. It's done. I'm going to take that whole thing and just remove it. And that's what happened. That's what can happen in your situation as well, because that justice, when God does it, you might be winning. And then, y'all know, you get depressed and you're sitting back like, man, he called me. I was no contact for a year. He called me from a block. I answered the phone and I talked to him. That's not really a loss. That was a trick because they call you from a block number. You didn't know who it was. But we can take it as a loss. But when it's won, when they no longer call you anymore, when they no longer talk to you anymore, we no longer dreaming about them, talking about them, thinking about them, or if you do talk about them, you can laugh about it like we do over here. Now you didn't win. So it's no longer winning. Either way it go, you still... I don't know if y'all actually understand what I'm saying. I don't even know if I understand what I'm saying. See, let me say this one more time. Winning, you can have losses along the way. But when you won, all them losses just go away because you won. It's over. It's done. God said it's done. It's over. There's no need to sit there and worry about the situation. It's over. That's your justice when you won. Just count the blessings as you, while you're winning, keep counting your blessings. The little losses that come along, just chalk that up because you're in a winning season. But when God says over and you won, woof, done. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. You can keep on moving and say, hey, you know what? God did that. It was nobody but God. It was God that did that. So the justice is right there. The justice is right there. And some of y'all winning right now, and I don't know if you're just not understanding what's going on. You think the narcissist winning, and he really not. He really not. And you think the new supply is winning. You know what you just been through. You know all the abuse and all the stuff you just been through. Do you really think the new supply is actually winning? Just think about this for a second. Do you really think the new supply is winning after some of y'all have been with these people 20, 30 years? You know this person front and back. Do you really think the new supply, just because you've seen some posts that they went overseas or on a trip, Come on, y'all. We got to be smarter than that. They not winning. They taking a big L over there. You know what they got. So they taking a big L over there. So you got to realize kind of what's going on. Carmen say, yes, the Lord will handle the final retribution. Amen to that. That's exactly what I'm saying. You let God handle that and don't worry about it. Just keep moving. Miss Ash say, God will vindicate you, family. It's done. You win when you're on God's side. I'm just saying. Amen. You saying the right thing, sister. You sure is. My brother Rizzo say, the Clear Alert Coordinated Law Enforcement Adult Rescue Alert Program is to assist law enforcement. Yeah, in locating, rescuing, missing, kidnapped, or abducted adults. Yeah, they got so many different alerts, man. I didn't know, till a couple of years ago when I started looking them up. I'm like, bro, they got some stuff in here. Let me see. Janet says, I have witnessed too many people, authorities who harm me, knives in my heart, back, literally died, bad harm to their loved ones, stories to tell. I ask God, did you have to kill him? Oh, okay. That's something. That's something you have to go to God with, and I understand. But we got to know the whole situation too. We got to know the whole situation too, about the whole situation, like why it happened the way it happened. Because sometimes we only get part of the story. And I've been like that, you're going off of what one side had said, and then when you get the other side of the story, you're like, oh, okay, now I kind of understand more kind of what happened, but I can't speak on that because I don't know the whole situation. Let me see. My wife say, I gave that joke a narc injury that he never saw coming. God is faithful. Don't play with God's children. Yeah. Yeah. Like Kristen say, she said, when you want to give up, keep it pushing. That's what, yep. Says enough. That's what our sister Telsha says in a video. You got to keep pushing. Miss Ash say, yeah. Was you winning? No. Let God work. Yeah, let God do his thing, man. Go lay that at God's feet. Stop worrying about it and keep moving forward. God is real. If I said this the other day, God is real funny at working out things that you'll never see coming. Man, go ahead and let God do that. And then when he do it, you go, no, it's not gonna be with a shadow without a doubt. You're gonna be sitting there like, okay, I know that was God, because I prayed about it, and I was thinking this was gonna happen, and God came in like, nah, this is what's gonna happen. And I think a lot of times we're looking for them. We want instant justice. We want them to be arrested like right now. We want them to go to jail right now. We want them to be caught doing what they're doing. And I understand why we want that. Same thing with the ex I had. I told y'all she got married to somebody else while we was married. If I wanted to, I could have went through the legal systems and all that stuff and probably got a thrown. Well, I'm not probably 100% sure she should have went to jail, because like I explained to y'all, you can't get married to another person while you're married, not in this country. But two, going to the passport association, the passport authority, whatever they call, and trying to get somebody to move to the United States from another country is totally illegal when you married already. I ain't got to get into that. So what I'm saying is, I could have went that way and went in the systems, but how long that would have took to go through all that and go into court and trying to figure out this? I just let God do his thing. And I don't even keep up with the situation, don't care about the situation, because I know God is going to work that out, because like Alan B said earlier, you reap what you sow. So she sowed evil things that whole time. So that's going to come back. The harvest is going to be, it's like going out of your vegetable garden and think you're going to pick some fresh lettuce and tomatoes and onions, only to go out there and realize that everything is rotten and you got to throw all this stuff away. It's all trash. So everything that you did, you sowing trash, you go get trash. I'm just being honest with y'all. I mean, think about what I'm saying. You sow trash, you go get trash. Just think about that for a second. Let me see. My sister say, they are sometime in the slow cooker of justice. Either way, God is working all things out for your good. I love that. I love talking about slow cookers and instant microwave. A lot of us want these microwave blessings. I don't want a microwave blessing. I don't know about you. I want that thing slow. I want it done right. Because you get that microwave blessing, like an instant blessing, instant gratification, and then if it's not coming from God, it's done by man. It's not really a blessing. It's like a Band-Aid on a huge wound. You can't put a Band-Aid on a gunshot, if that makes sense. That's not how that works. No, you're gonna have to go in there and have surgery and remove the bullet. And some of y'all don't want to allow God to remove the bullet. You just want a Band-Aid on it because you want to stop the crime. But I don't know if you know, but if you get shot, putting a Band-Aid on it is not gonna stop the crime. It's just like narcissist abuse. So if you're in narcissist abuse, slapping a Band-Aid on it, a quick fix for him getting arrested and going to jail for 2 months. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So think about what I'm saying. So if you got shot and you put a Band-Aid on it, and some of, I don't know if you know about guns and stuff, but this is the way this works. So some bullets, what happens is, and I don't even know where I'm going with this, but we're going to figure this out. So some bullets, you got to realize when they go in, they don't have an exit wound. You're more lucky 9 times out of 10 if the bullet goes in and comes out the other way, hopefully just straight through and through, because then it don't hit too much. But you got some bullets like a 5.56 Allen B and Shannon know what I'm talking about. That's for like your M16s and things like that, or ARs and stuff like that. They carry a bullet which is a 5.56. It's about this big. I don't have one in front of me, but 5.56. But what I'm saying is these bullets, what happened with them is instead of them going through and through, once they hit that flesh and hit any piece of bone, they go bounce around in your body and cause more damage. It's almost like the narcissist. So when you get involved with a narcissist, they don't just hit you one time and just go out and you're done with them. No, they go bounce around. They go destroy your heart. They go destroy your finances. They go destroy everything. So they go destroy ties with your family. They go destroy you as a person with the smear complaint. So they bounce around, just destroying your life, just like a 5.56 bullet. But when you let God go in there and do the surgery, God go in there, all that bouncing around the narcissist did. He go heal your heart. He go heal your mind. He go heal your soul. He go heal you to a way that it looks like no bullet or no destruction ever went in there. So it's gonna look like the narcissist has never done anything. And to me, that is justice. So when you can look back on the situation and say, you know what? I can look back, and now I got a testimony to tell other people, the justice I received was nothing I could even fathom. I couldn't imagine how this would go. So that's my take on, if you let God do so many things compared to having a microwave type blessing, which isn't from God. So I'd rather have a blessing, like I say, if all that destruction going on, a Band-Aid is not going to heal all that destruction. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to heal all that all that bouncing around that bullet go do in your body and finally come out. If it goes in here and bounces around and comes down in your lower back on the right side, it then did a lot of destruction. It's the same thing as a narcissist. You've been with a narcissist for a year, 2 years, 6 months. They didn't did enough destruction to your body and just, you don't look the same. You don't feel the same. Ask me how I know. You don't. Your eyes sunken in. Look like you ain't slept in 2 months. Your body, you didn't lose weight or you didn't gain weight, depending on what's going on. You're not working out. You just don't feel the same. But it's not until God removes that person from your situation, then you're able to heal. Now your eyes not sunken in. You're starting to feel like yourself. You're starting to lift weights again. You're starting to eat better. You're starting to read the Bible. So that's the justice. Like, okay, the person they discarded you. A lot of people are like, well, they discarded me. I get it. You've been with them for years and they discard you out the blue, find somebody else and they cheat on you. Okay, I understand. I get that. But you got to look at a thing for what it is. You got to look at a thing for what it is. And what I'm saying is you got to figure out that discard might be your blessing in disguise. Because if you'd have stayed on the path with the narcissist and stayed with them, hopefully you ain't have children with them yet, but let's say you have children. But y'all in the household and it's always destruction. Every time they come home, they drinking, arguing, cursing, fighting. All these things going on every day of the week. Every day of the week. And they discard you. So a lot of us would take that like, they didn't, now I'm out on my own. You should be happy that you're out on your own because the thing is, God didn't remove you from that situation. So now you're able to start your healing process. Remember, we talked about this before. You can't heal in mess. You can't stay in the mess and expect to get blessed. God don't bless mess. So therefore, that's like all in water. It's not going to work like that. So your justice begins to start when you actually move yourself out of that situation. I'm just saying, hopefully y'all get where I'm coming from. Let me see. I seen a question. Let's see. She says, question y'all do. They destroy as much as they can in your life on purpose because they're cursed, have no foresight, or all the above. I say all the above. All the above. It's on purpose. They don't really care. And a lot of them move from supply to supply to supply. So they just use you as another part of supply. That's just straightforward, honest. They don't care. I mean, they with you, and then guess what? Next month, matter of fact, not even next month, next week, they're with somebody else. So they'll do all the destruction in your life only to move on and turn around and just find somebody else. They're just a hateful being, a hateful person. You know what I'm saying? Chris said you're bringing it with the holy fire. So, hey, I'm just doing my little part. I'm just the vessel. I'm just doing my little part. Like, so I didn't even know how this message really was going to go. It wasn't really even a whole message, but it was more just, just letting y'all know that your justice and God's justice is two totally different things. Totally different things. Totally different things. Let's define what justice is. I do have a few slides on this one. Usually I don't do slides, but justice, he process or results, it's supposed to be the process or result of using laws to fairly judge people accused of crimes. But the biblical reference is to the word justice mean to make right. Let's read this again. Justice, this world system, talk about courts and attorneys and police, the process or result of using laws to fairly judge people accused of crimes. So, like I just talked about, the narcissist accused of abuse or whatever the case is, stalking, threatening phone calls, all these things. That's what this justice is. But on the biblical things, you got to look at it for what it is. A biblical reference to the word justice means to make right. I'd rather God make it right than me just getting a guy to give me, a judge just to say, hey, I'm going to give you a 2-year order of protection. That ain't really making it right. That's almost like putting a Band-Aid on a wound, because after 2 years, then what? Think about what I'm saying. After 2 years, okay, well, now what? Do we go back to court again? Y'all gonna give me another restraining order? I mean, what's gonna happen then? But if God does it and he does it, it ain't gonna be 2 years. It might be for the rest of your life, or 20 or 30 years. It's just a system in place, or it's going to destroy them enough to where they can't come back and try to fight you. They realize they've lost. They've taken an L, and they realize that you won. You taking a W. See what I'm saying? So you got to realize that justice on this world ain't really what you want. You kind of want that biblical reference of justice when it's to make right. I want God to make it right. Just make me better than what I was before. And God does that time and time again. And I don't know about you, but he does it all the time. So nah, I'm good with your 2-year order of protection. Yeah, it sounds good, but at the end of the day, it ain't nothing but a piece of paper. That's all your 2 years or 10 years or your 20, whatever you got, or your protection order, your order, restraining order. It's a piece of paper. And last time I checked, bullets don't, they go right through pieces of paper, just like, pew, just whatever. Knives go right through pieces of paper. And I ain't trying to be vivid. What I'm trying to get you to understand is this is a piece of paper, and bullets, knives, fists, cars, whatever the case you want to use as a weapon goes right through paper. But when you got this other place, they got paper. They got paper that's nothing printed on it, just blank. Then you got paper, they got stuff printed on it. You got all kind of writings on there, which are laws, and they got all kind of stuff written on them. But then you got this paper right here. This is the paper that I like reading. You got this paper, the Bible. See, this paper right here, it can stop bullets. It can stop knives. It can stop attacks by the enemy. It can stop swords. It can stop cars. It can stop the narcissists. It can stop the justice system that's doing you wrong. It can stop the police force. We can keep going on and on about what this paper can stop. So you see the difference? This paper over here, blank. And even if I had some writing on here and it said that they're supposed to stay 500 feet away from you, that's not going to stop anybody if they don't want to listen to that paper. How many times we've seen people have a court restraining order for 500 yards and the person stand right at their door, ring the doorbell and say, I'm going to do this, that, and the third, and they don't care. I'm just saying. So do you want this blank justice? Because this is blank. You want this blank justice from the court system? Or do you want this justice from God where he actually says what he's going to do? And it's in the Bible, no matter what book you turn to, it's in there. It says, I'm going to do this for you, my child, as long as you do this. So as long as you live in your life righteously according to God, he's going to do all these things in the Bible. But some of us just so stuck on, I need to get this restraining order. I'm not saying don't go get the restraining order. But what I am saying is much more to it than this piece of paper. Because this piece of paper does nothing. It does nothing to, like I said, for a bullet, a knife, or anything like that. This does all kind of things. All kind of things. And I can keep going on what it does for you. I mean, it increase your finance. This piece of paper don't increase your finance. Blank, there's nothing on there. Nothing written on there. It's a blank piece of paper. It does nothing. This increases your finance. It shows you how to pray. It shows you how to lead. It shows you how to be a man of God. It shows you how to be a woman of God. It shows you how to trust God. This piece of paper over here, it just says, well, they need to stay 500 feet away from you. What am I supposed to do with that? And some of y'all didn't pay money to get this little piece of paper, and I get it. It's an order of protection. I get it. But at the end of the day, what is this paper going to do in real life situations? What did this paper do? paper ain't doing nothing, man. This paper ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna stick and continue reading this paper right here. All these pages, they got real writing on there. I'm gonna read these because I know these pages right here can help me defeat the enemy. I know these pages right here tell me a lot about the devil and how he works. These pages right here tells me how I can really get justice, because at the end of the day, I want godly justice. I don't want this man-made justice just with some paper that go away in 2 years or 10 years, and then after that, I gotta look over my shoulder wondering if this guy or this woman gonna show up again. But no, when God does it and he does it, I ain't got to worry about that person showing up again, because God then turned around and said, you know what? Nah, enough is enough. Like the movie with Jennifer Lopez, when she got fed up and she started doing her own training. You got to get fed up and start doing your own training. And your training, I ain't talking about that physical training what Jennifer Lopez doing. I'm talking about the physical training of reading your Bible. This your exercise right here. I know we need the physical exercise too. I know I just did it earlier today, but what I'm saying is your exercise need to be praying, fasting. Alan B can teach you about fasting Monday on Clubhouse, fasting and reading your Bible and learning the word for yourself. So therefore, my justice that I'm seeking a godly justice. I'm not worried about the court system and daily justice they have going on with the paper. I'm just, hopefully y'all understood that. Again, I didn't know I was going to use that Bible, but hopefully y'all understood that, because at the end of the day, the justice system, as it says here, is a process the process or result of using laws to fairly judge people accused of crimes. I want God to judge these people of the crimes they did against me, the crimes they did against you. I ain't worried about the police down the street, because he might be crooked anyways. I don't trust him. I don't trust him, as far as I can throw him, and I probably can't throw him that far, so there goes that. I'm just saying. So think about what I'm saying. Let me scroll down a little bit. Miss Ash say, exactly, enough is enough. Won't God do it? Won't he do it? I mean, you don't believe God can do anything. I don't know what to tell you. He can do anything. He can take your credit. He can fix it. He can take your finances. He can fix it. He can take this 2-year order of protection, and he can turn that into the rest of your life protection. I don't know about you, but I want rest of my life protection. I don't need a paper that say, for a year or 2 or 10 years, you're good. Now, I'm not saying don't go do these things, because this steps in place, but at the end of the day, I want God to protect me. I'm not worried about this blank piece of paper that I could lose that paper. The court system can get burnt down, or the court, I'm talking about the actual court, can get burnt down and the paperwork is gone. Then what? What if you lose your paper? Now what? How I prove? But when God does it, I ain't got to hold up no paper. I ain't got to show the cops no paper when they come to my house. I just got to tell them, hey, this guy not supposed to be here, and y'all need to do your job. And sometimes you even got to do that because God gonna remove them from the situation. I'm just saying. Let's see. Alan B said, "Son, bro, God has truly matured your teaching. Praise you." I'm just doing my little thing, brother. Just doing my little thing. I'm just the vessel. I give God all the praise, all the glory. I can't take any credit for this. I really can't. I'm just doing, like I said, I don't even know how this message gonna go, and that's how a lot of my messages been. I'm not complaining about it. Just go ahead, let's just do it, So thank you for that, brother. Let's see. Carmen say, yes, they are crooked. Definitely. I don't trust, like I say, judges and police and all that to handle my godly business. Nah. I need God to handle that business. You can rely on man if you want to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to say this the right way. I recommend document. I talk about this all the time. I recommend going and get restraining orders and protection orders and all these things. I recommend doing all those things. But I don't recommend you depending on this piece of paper to save your life when the enemy is attacking you. That's what I don't recommend. I recommend you picking up your Bible and learning how to fight. You can do it this way, blank, nothing really on there. Even if something was written, it don't say much of nothing. You can stay 500 feet. It don't say much of nothing. This is one of the best books ever written, if not the best book. It's the best book ever written. So this paper goes away. You can bottle this paper up and throw it away. You can't. This is all you need right here. You need some prayer warriors around you. You need this. You need some prayer warriors around you. You need some Joys and some Telsas, some Rizzos, some Allen B's around you, some Shannons around you to pray and help you walk this thing out. But you got to be able to read this word for yourself and not depend on this blank piece of paper that the court system gives you. I want to fight the court with this system right here. See, this system, the court don't understand. Now, let me show you how the court works. You talking about justice. The court, what they do when you go up there, you stand on in the court. what they do? They want you to put your hand on the Bible. How many times you seen a narcissist put their hand on the Bible and flat out lie? You see where I'm going with this? But then, see how they use God's word? I don't even know where I'm going with this again. But see, they use God's word, the Bible, to make it seem like you're going to tell the truth. But when they say too many times when you're trying to seek justice, the person get up there, put their hand on the Bible, and proceed to tell lie after lie after lie. And then guess what? You go up there, you tell your truths. You tell your truths. And then you only end up with a piece of paper saying, I got an order of protection for 2 years. What am I supposed to do with this? He just lied about everything. Y'all gave me an order of protection for 2 years. He got to stay 500 feet away. He stay across the street. What are you talking about? I'm just saying. So they using God's word to get justice that really ain't justice anyway. People lie on the Bible all the time. They put their hand on there and just flat out lie. Just saying. Think about what I'm saying. I'm not making this up. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Not making this up at all. I'm like, man, come on, man. Let me go down for a few more comments. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Let's see. She say, see you tomorrow at Rocky Crime. Yeah, I see y'all. They signing up. Shannon, they signed up for Rocky Crime. Shannon ready. She been doing stuff, putting it in. She always ready for Rocky Crime. Let's see. Carmen say the DA is crooked too. They enable and then join in on the abuse. The pride comes before the fall. Ooh, so how she went. She going deep on y'all. Thank you for that super chat. She says, you're a teacher. So glad I got to tune in today. Thank you for being here. Like I said, you never know how these messages go, but thank you for being here. God bless you, and may God return it to you over and over and over again. God bless you. Thank you for sharing that. Let me see what else we got in here. Miss Ash says the devil knows he won't win against God family. It is written, God wins, and so do we. Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. Don't you just, it's when you know you're gonna win. And I'm a human too. We flesh. We're all flesh. But you got to realize sometimes we get caught up in it. You're just trying to win. You're trying to succeed on your own. When you allow God to do it and you think about it, like, man, victory is mine. The race is already won. I already have this in the bag. Why am I stressing? Why am I worried about if I'm going to get justice because of this joke over here, this narcissist over here? I already know this already worked out in my favor. So when I stop worrying about it and start trusting God and start living my life accordingly, God gonna work all that stuff out on his own. So all that stuff you worried about, all that stuff you stressing out about, all that stuff you stand up, can't sleep, only sleeping 2 hours a night because you worried about the narcissist. What they gonna do next? Stop worrying about what they gonna do next. Stop worrying about, if I'm gonna get the order of protection. Worry about the protection that you need to worry about. Worry about God. Worry about that protection. Worry about getting that protection. You get that protection, you ain't gotta worry about none of that other stuff. All that court system, you ain't gotta worry about that. Like I say, you still winning, even though you're going now and the narcissists get awarded something. Okay, they get awarded the car or the house. I know you're thinking, well, that's a loss. Well, you got to realize what God is about to bless you with. If God already has it planned that you go get a bigger house or a house that's for you that you can afford, why I want to worry about fighting over something that I really don't need anyway? You probably fighting over a big house. You fighting over these nice, expensive cars. And sometimes y'all fighting over things that you can't afford anyway. You're not realizing that the enemy got you distracted. You over here fighting and worried about this when you should just be on course. Ask me how I know that. The reason why I'm telling you that, I done been in a situation where somebody was fighting over a vehicle. It was the ex fighting over a vehicle that she could not afford. At the end of the day, the judge, it was so funny. The judge was like, well, can you pay that car note? And to hear them say in the court, well, no. And then to hear the judge say, well, why would you fight over something that you cannot afford? She said, why would I award something to you that you cannot afford? So therefore, y'all worried about things that, I don't know if y'all follow. I don't know if y'all listening. Think about what I'm saying. So if you're worried about a car, if you already got a car, it's running, it's good or whatever, and then you done moved on, y'all just waiting to sell the house or whatever, you going through a divorce, I get all that. All of this, but I'm not saying it's good. But if he get awarded the house, or she gets awarded the house in this case, we got narcissist females, am I really worried about them getting that house? When I think about it hindsight, I really don't want to be in that house anyway because I got too many bad feelings. I got too many bad memories in that house. So is that really me getting justice, me getting that house? Because 9 times out of 10, some of y'all's gonna turn around and probably sell it anyway. Now, and the way the market is right now, you can probably sell it in 3 days. But I'm just saying, are you worried about winning these material things, or are you worried about the blessings that God sees? It got different kind of justices. So the justice that I'm worried about godly justice, like I just said. I'm not worried about the car. I'm not worried about getting a house. I'm worried about the children, if you have children, and I'm worried about me moving on my life so I can get my healing. I'm not caught up on those material things, the car, fighting over the dog. Man, go buy another dog. I get it. Dogs are man best friend. I get that. Been in your family. Man, look here, man. I see it on TikTok, people fighting over dogs. Man, look here. It's much easier for me to turn around and go buy another dog, start a whole new relationship. That dog, and I'm not trying to be funny, what if the dog got narcissistic traits from your ex? I'm just saying, what if they got a little evil rubbed off on them? I don't know, somebody ever looked into that, the dog being narcissist? I don't know if that's a thing, but it could be. If the dog hang around that person enough and they got that same evilness on them, I'm fighting over something that's gonna come to my house and cause distraction, cause disturbance, and cause destruction. And let me tell you what I'm saying. Distraction gonna be, they peeing on my floor and doing all kind of things. They never did that before because they've been around the narcissist, let them do whatever. The destruction gonna be them destroying your furniture and all these other things. And then they go take you. You have vet bills and all this other stuff you got to pay, and you sitting there fighting over this little evil. I ain't gonna say much, but you fighting over that evil cat or dog for what reason? I just buy me another one and train it up the way it need to be trained up. I'm just saying. I wasn't even trying to be funny with that. I'm just saying. Just think about what I'm saying. Stop fighting over things that you don't need to have in the first place. Things you can't afford. Things you don't need to have. You worried about the little evil. Y'all ever seen that movie Cujo? You worried about trying to get Cujo. They got rabies and trying to bite your arm off instead of, you know what, you can have Cujo. You and Cujo got more similarities than I thought. You a narcissist, you evil. Cujo got rabies, he evil. Y'all can go over there and eat each other alive as far as I care. I'm not worried about the little demon dog. And that's not even being fun. I'm just saying, y'all worried about the wrong thing. You worried about these, that table been in my family for 20 years. Yeah, and every house you done been to with that table, always in it. Maybe that table got some demonic stuff attached to it. Maybe you need to burn the table up or throw it out, but you fighting over the table. I need to have the table. That table been in my family. Man, that table got some generational curses on it. You worried about the table. You holding on to the bed that you and the narcissist slept in. You want to fight over the king bed or the queen bed. And why I want that bed? We slept together in the bed. I remember fights in that bed. I remember arguments in that bed. I'm going to buy me a whole new bed. I want God to bless me with a new bed. That's my justice. That's what I'm telling you. So when will you ever receive justice? When you stop allowing man to dictate your future. You in the court system, spending money. You spending money on courts. You going to the judge back and forth. You fighting over this, fighting over that. Now, some things you have to fight about. I'm not saying you don't. You do. You have to fight about certain things. If it's your only home and you have to fight, I understand that. But if you have a home, another one, and you done moved on with your life, why are you fighting over that house over there? Just let it go. Let go and let God is a real thing. It really is. Let go and let God. Don't worry about the little dusty, crusty bed. Don't worry about you fighting over a refrigerator that's 30 years old. Go buy you a refrigerator. Are you serious? You fighting over a sofa. I got memories on that sofa. Yeah, got memories on that sofa when we was arguing. I slept on that sofa many a nights because I didn't want to sleep in my bedroom. That's what I remember about the sofa. So my justice is go ahead and let them have the sofa. You can have the sofa. I'm going to buy me a new sofa. God go give me the finances to buy me a new house, a new sofa, a new car. Ask me how I know. I done told y'all this story before. When I went through my divorce, I left basically with nothing but clothes. I'm not making this. I left with basically nothing but clothes. But see, when you're trying to get justice and fight, we had a house together too. We had a house that we built together. But the thing about it, when I looked at the situation, the house was on her family property, her grandmother property. Why would I fight? I'm not going to stay over there. One. Two, I didn't want no dealings with all that. I didn't want to be in that house because I had memories. And hey, how you doing, blessed me? I had memories in that house. So why I'm going to fight over that house about evil thought, things that had happened? This is why I caught the woman cheating on me, married to somebody else. So I'm fighting over this house for what? Nah, I let go and let God. And God, it took a little time. But like I told y'all, God blessed me with a new truck. He blessed me with a new house. He blessed me with the house being able to be fully furnished. You don't believe me? Ask my wife, ask Shannon. The house was fully furnished, all paid for. Nothing. Y'all not listening to me. So you waiting for justice on something that you fighting for what? Sometimes it's just easy just to let that stuff go and don't ain't worried about it. Don't worry about it. They're demon. Yeah, I'm just saying. No, hey, how you doing, Kingdom Minded Advances? Don't even worry about fighting over some of these things, because God, when He bless you, like I said, I got a house. I'm not to my home, but the house looked better than the house that I was in. I had a nice yard, nice neighborhood. The furniture I had picked out and was able to buy, all nice, decorated, weight system, brand new washing and dry, everything, brand new bed that I bought everything brand new, and I was able to afford, is what I'm telling you. But what if I'd have sat there and fought over that house? Think about that for a second. What if I'd have fought over that house and fought over the furniture and all that good stuff? That would have been drawn out for how long? And then what would have happened if I'd have missed my blessings? Because, see, Shannon was right around the corner. I didn't know Shannon was around the corner, but what if I'd have been fighting over that and distracted by that, only to miss my blessing because I'm over here still paying attention to this a year or two later, still fighting over this stuff over here, and then you miss your blessing that's right around the corner? Y'all understand what I'm saying? So y'all fighting over things, y'all distracted by things, you going through a destructive path, only to realize you just wasted your doggone time fighting over material stuff that can be replaced. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes at all, but I'm just saying. Chris say, burn it outside your house. Yeah, don't burn it inside the house. I gotta say the background. Don't do that. We don't want to burn your house down. Because see, in the country, we have what they call burn piles. You can burn anything in a burn pile. You do. So if you got a country in a country area, you able to burn, go ahead, sit that sofa out there, go ahead, burn in the burn pile. Don't even worry about it. Burn that junk in the burn pile, and hey, you just get rid of it that way. And while I'm burning it, I got rooms to go, or whatever furniture store you got in the area delivering a brand new furniture I'm gonna have new memories with. That's my justice right there, me burning that furniture, because I ain't want nothing to do with that anyway. I'm just saying. It's a dusty crusty. Yeah, I'm not fighting over that stuff, man. It's a waste of time. Let that stuff go. Let go and let God, like I keep saying, it's real. Let it go. Let it go, and God go bless you with some new stuff. Sometimes you just let go of the house, especially if you got the means and the ability to afford to get a house. Go ahead, move on, get your house. Let go, let God, and you might even make some money off the house being sold. So that's a plus. That's a win. You know what I'm saying? Well, we had, it used to be my house, and then he moved in, but now we fight. Man, let the house go. I'm just saying, let it go. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. God always blesses us with more than the enemy took. Hey, man, that's facts. Like Adam B say, facts on top of facts. Let me scroll down a little bit. I told you I wasn't gonna be a long message or anything. We're just having a conversation. That's how we do it. Okay, I see. She say, "Nah, we don't want Cujo." Y'all don't know. Y'all ain't never watched the movie Cujo. Go check it out. It's an old movie, but you'll see what I'm talking about. You want to hold on to that rabies dog, man? I'm good. I don't want Cujo. I'm good. I'm going to buy me a new dog. We're going to call him Saul. I don't want Cujo. Give me a new dog. He ain't even got to look like Cujo. Give me a new dog, and we're going to do that, and that's where we're going to be at. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I don't need that kind of dog. You know what I'm saying? Let me read. I got a few Bible verses. Proverbs 21:15. When justice is done, it is joy to the righteous, but terror to the evildoer. Again, you waiting on this justice that's only on a piece of paper that's not really saying anything. But when justice is done, I'm talking about when you didn't won. I'm talking about your winning season. I'm talking about when you didn't won, when God took over. When justice is done, it's joy to the righteous, but terror to the evildoers. So the narcissist or whoever doing evil in your life, when God get involved, oh, that's justice right there. But it's going to be terror to the, because they're going to realize they just messed up. They're going to realize that all the stuff they did to not just you, but other people and things like that, they messed up. And they're going to be doing the same thing we've been doing. They're going to be repenting, calling out to God, which that's what we've been wanting them to do anyway. But it takes them falling down on hard times and everything being stripped and taken away from them for them to actually find God. And hey, maybe it happened, maybe it won't. Maybe a hard head makes a soft behind. Maybe in their case, they just never learned their lesson. But at the end of the day, you got to realize when God gets involved, and that justice is a different kind of justice. It's not a piece of paper that says you have to stay away from me a couple feet. This paper is not bulletproof, y'all. This paper is not fireproof. It's not bulletproof. Heck, it ain't waterproof. If I take this cup and put water on it, guess what? It's wet and it's going to mess up and you ain't going to be able to read what's on the paper. Something written on there. So it's not that kind of paper. It don't have cryptic invisible ink on there. Nah, this is just paper and that's all it is. I don't know about you, but enough with the paper. I want some real justice. And that's why I say God can work these things out, because we want real justice. Isaiah 30:18. Therefore, the Lord waits to be gracious to you, and therefore he exalts himself to show mercy to you. To you. For the Lord is a God of justice. Y'all see that? I try to find Bible verses with justice. For the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are all those who wait for him. So you see what I'm saying is, hey, how you doing, Liz? What I'm trying to get y'all to understand, it says it right here in the Bible. You ain't got to take, like my sister said last night, I say this all the time too, you ain't got to take my word for it. Read the Bible. It says it clear as day. You have to be patient through this thing. You thinking, well, God, it shouldn't take that long. God, like, I'm working on some things. You just sit back and wait. God got to do it his way. He's a God of justice. So his justice is totally different from your justice. You're like, well, God, why you just don't get arrested? He keep calling me. Well, I'm not saying it's a simple answer. I'm not saying this is the answer, but it's just me just thinking right now. Some of y'all holding on to these cell phone numbers and don't want to change your number instead of getting a block call. Now, some of y'all have changed the number. I get that. But some of you haven't even went that easy step of just changing your number. So if you change your number, I mean, you can save the people, you know, that you really have a contact or a really relationship with. And to me, that's a good time to purge your phone, because you got thousands and thousands of people in your phone, but you only talk to 100 of them. Maybe it's a good time to go no contact with all of them anyway. Does that make sense? So your justice that you're seeking sometimes might just be right in front of you. It's a common saying I've been saying the last couple of months. It might be right in front of you of just changing your number, changing your provider, go from AT&T to Verizon or whoever, T-Mobile, whoever you want to go to, and changing your number, getting, you know, all these different things in place. Now, can they still find your number? Yes, but what you're trying to do, you're trying to set up boundaries. It's setting up boundaries. So the boundary, I didn't block you, I didn't with no contact. They still calling your phone from blocked numbers. Okay, let me try this. Let me go ahead and change my number, change my carrier too, and see if that works. It might work, it might not. It's a 50-50 shot. But what if it does work? Now you're getting that piece that you've been trying to get. As long as your family members don't give out your phone number, you good. Now your family member give out your phone number, your new phone number to your ex, then guess what? You need to turn around, block that family member, change your number again. I might be wrong, but I don't think it costs to change your number. I don't think so. I think it's a free service. Look into it. Don't quote me on that. I think it's a free service. I'm just saying what I would do, so I ain't got to deal with narcissist abuse on that level where they calling me and texting me. I'll just change my number. Just saying. Simple. Sometimes. Change my number and move forward and deal with it accordingly and continue praying and read my Bible and stuff like that. I'm just saying. Last Bible verse, and we about to get up out of here. Proverbs 28:5. Evil men do not understand justice. It's like I told you. See, that's what I'm trying to tell. That's what I'm trying to tell. That's what the Holy Spirit trying to tell. Look, see, we're going back to this paper one more time so we can make it plain. Well, it's not a pun on play on word. Plain and clear. It's blank. So this is the thing. Evil men do not understand justice. It's like what I said earlier. They don't understand this restraining order. They don't understand this order of protection. They don't understand the court systems and you going to court and getting these. Some of them don't understand divorce paper. You got this divorce paper. You didn't pay all this money for. They still showing up at your house. They don't understand this world system. They don't understand justice. It's in the Bible. It's right there. Evil men do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand it completely. See, when we seek in God and we can try to understand what God wants for us, we understand what real justice really is. So you keep asking the question, will you ever get justice? Yes, you will, but in God's time. Not on your time, on God's time. So don't expect justice tomorrow when God got it planned out where you'll get justice next year. And I know next year is long from now, we just in March, but I'm just saying you gotta understand the way God works and the way he does things. He's setting things up in your favor because these people that went against one of his children. So as a father, he's going to take care of the situation the best way he know how. Some fathers, they up front, they want to just go straight to the person's house and beat him up. That might not be the smartest thing. Actually, it's not the smartest thing because then you get arrested and these type of things. So that's not the best way to do it. Think about what I'm saying. Some people just want to go find them at their job and tell them about themselves. Again, might not be the best way to do it because then now they go call the cops and then you might get arrested. They might want to go over there and call them on the phone and text them and tell them everything they want to tell them. Might not be the best idea because then your number get blocked and then they file a complaint on you, say you harassing them. Again, you see where I'm going? Each one is leading to either jail or arrest or something like that. But when your father is God and he's working these things out, you ain't got to worry about him going to jail. He's not going to jail. He's not going to get arrested. They can't file a harassment charge on God. They cannot file anything on God and say, hey, you know what? He did this to me, and that's not how he works. That's not how God's system works. So his justice, again, is different. So when you allow God access to be able to do these things, you can sit back and just wait for it. Just wait for it. Wait for it to happen. You might find out about it, and you might not find out about it. You might find out a year after it happened. You might find out through a family member. But when you do find out and you really sit there and think about it, you be like, I never thought that was even possible. That's because you're not God. You can't think like him. You can't understand the process like him. See, evil men do not understand justice, but God does. So evil men can do evil things and try to keep doing evil things. But when we start fighting them with this Bible and fighting them the right way and praying with them and getting prayer warriors around them, telling people our story and letting other people know and not just holding it in, because remember what I just said Wednesday, our story is a testimony to somebody else that's trying to seek help. So you're not telling your story is only blocking your blessing. You wonder why some of these things taking longer than what it should be. You wonder why you can't get this, why you can't get that, why you can't do this, why you can't do that, why these people getting blessed with that. You worried about the wrong thing. Worry about yourself. Hold yourself accountable for what you got going on. Figure out what it is that you're not doing right. There's an old saying, if you stay in a glass house, don't throw rocks. Simple explanation. You throwing rocks and your house is all glass, somebody throw rocks back, your whole house is gonna shatter and fall down and things like that. But the thing I want you to understand is you got to fight these things the right way, and your justice. The whole point of me having this live, this midday live, is stop worrying about your justice and let God work. Let God do that. He's not a word from God, but let God let God fight your battles is what I'm trying to say. Because evil men and evil women, I say women because they got narcissist females as well, obviously, they don't understand justice. It's plain as day. Proverbs 28:5, they don't understand that. But us as Christ followers, we understand it completely. And if you don't understand completely, ask for a better understanding from God about justice and how he operates, and and just get these things to God and just realize that it's gonna come. And when it comes, you're gonna be sitting back like, wow. Like I told you, like I started this with my wife's situation, the one I can pick off. When it came, it was just like, wow. 20-something years in the military, erased, wiped out. The guy had 20 plus years in the military, high ranking, everything, was about to retire probably another year or two, vanished, gone, finished. You can't do none of that. You can't retire. You can't say you was ever in the military. You got a dishonorable discharge. Your DD Form 14 might as well be toilet paper. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but it might as well be toilet paper because it does you no justice. It's not the justice you got is not what he expected either, but I guarantee if he could change some things, he probably would, but it's too late because God worked out the thing to where it's nothing you can do. And then see, another thing you got to realize, when God does do something, he makes a move, it's quick, it's fast. So he did it so quick that the guy had no time to react. He only could just go stand up there and basically, you done. You go stand in front of, the JAG officers and things like that, the generals, and only hear that you getting removed out of the military, we go clear out your, turn in all your, your uniforms and whatever you got to hold on to. You turn all that stuff in, and we want nothing to do with you. And we give you a piece of paper. We give you a piece of paper, but it says dishonorable discharge. That's your justice right there. That's godly justice. So that's the justice right there. So some of y'all waiting on justice. Just wait on God, and I guarantee you go get the justice that you could never imagine. You're like, man, I can never imagine. You waiting on a new house and stuff like that, or you worried about what the narcissist doing, but I told you stop worrying about them. You worried about these things and think about why they getting away. Are they really getting away with things though? When you really sit there and think about it, are they really getting away with anything? I'm just saying, are they really getting away with anything? Because the thing about it is we don't really know if they're really getting away with anything at the end of the day. We know what we see. We know what our eyes tell us. We see stuff on social media. So we assume, well, they traveling to Greece and going to Hawaii and doing these trips and buying a new car. So we assume they're getting away with stuff. You don't know if they bought that new car. Anybody can go get a rental car. Anybody can go get a lease car. That don't mean they actually bought it. I'm just saying. But you so fixated on what they doing instead of worrying about what you have going on. Stop worrying about what the narcissist is doing and stop asking that question, will you ever get justice? Know and believe, oh, it's going to come. And like I said, and like I keep saying, there's no whipping like a godly whipping. So when God begins to whip them, oh, just sit back and just be like, I ain't saying sit there and laugh and all that. You know, you don't want to do that. But just sit back and understand the magnitude of the Father that you serve. So understand it for what it is. Like, wow, I never could imagine that will go down that way. I never could imagine that. Like another one, the Shannon did a video about that, the 10 swindler. Look how that broke up and blew up, I should say, all over social media. So now, see, he was doing it to several women. Think about what I'm saying. The 10 swindler was doing it to several women, getting away, having them getting money. Basically, a narcissist. That's what he is, a narcissist. Getting away with things, destroying relationships over here, destroying people's finances over here, got them in debt over here. But when God got involved and it really, now he's all over social media, all around the world. So he would have to go get I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie Face Off with Nicolas Cage. He would have to go get a whole new face for us not to recognize who this guy is. So this dusty joker right here can't get away with the things he used to get away with. Now, don't get me wrong, he's still going to have these gullible people that's going to still believe he's a billionaire and he's not. It's been proven he's not a billionaire. But what I'm saying is, when God gets involved with these things, oh, it's on world, everybody see it. It's on the news, it's on Netflix, it's on news, all over social media, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. That dude face is plastered everywhere. So everybody know who he is. But again, that's that godly justice that I'm talking about. Same thing like I told y'all about Shannon with the AIDS. That's that godly justice that I'm talking about. Stop worrying about, the little paper. Well, God, I just want. See, you got to be, I just said this before, you got to be specific with your prayer. If you praying for, you got to realize, God, I just want a restraining order. That's all I want. That's all I need. And you get the restraining order, but you're going back complaining to God. God, why is he still? Well, you prayed for a restraining order. God gave you the restraining order. You got to be specific and very particular with your prayer. So if you pray for the restraining order, didn't God give it to you? If you pray for the order of protection, the 10 year, the 15, 20, whatever, and God gave it to you, but the guy still bothering you, you were specific in saying you wanted the order of protection. So he gave you what you asked for. You didn't go on to say, God, I need you to fight this battle for me. God, I need you to remove the snakes out of my life. God, I need you to show me how to do this. God, I don't want just an order of protection on a piece of paper. I want an order of protection until the day I leave this earth. See, you got to be specific with your prayer. The justice I want is not on this piece of paper. I want kingdom justice. So if you start being more specific with your prayers, and I had to learn this the hard way, I'm not telling you something I didn't do. I had to learn that you can't just say these off prayers, these little soft prayer. I call them soft prayer, little prayers are not going to, it's going to get you exactly what you want. You prayed for a restraining order. You got the restraining order. You got the audacity to be mad at God because the guy still, yeah, he gave you a restraining order. I mean, I don't see what you're complaining for. You prayed for it, you got it. And like they just said the other night, God is not a genie. He's not a genie in a bottle where you rub it and you know what I'm saying? You rub the, he's not a genie, you rub it, he pops up and grants you 3 wishes. And no, that's not how he works. So the thing about it, you prayed for that paper, you got the paper. Well, that's what you prayed for. Again, I'm just trying to tell y'all, just be very specific. Be very specific with things that you have going on. And when you're praying for things, be very specific. That's all I'm saying. Hey, how you doing, Vanessa Red? How you doing? Welcome. I'm just saying, be very specific. Wait on godly justice. Stop trying to rush the process. I bring up this analogy a lot, and it's true. You cannot put a turkey in a microwave and expect the same results you would get if you put it in the oven or if you deep fry it. So if you put the turkey in the oven for 2 hours and you put it in a microwave for 2 hours, by a show of hands, yes or no, do you think it's gonna taste the same? Yes or no? It's a simple question. If you put a turkey in the microwave for 2 hours and you put it in the oven for 2 hours, do you think it's gonna taste the same? Yes or no? Simple question. I just want to see what y'all about to say. I know what y'all should say. I seen what somebody did on one of them shows back then. They put it in the microwave, chicken in the microwave, and bad idea, cut it full of blood. But anyway, so simple yes or no. Just think about what I'm saying. Just think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. If it's me, I want the turkey that's coming out of the oven. Same thing with the blessings. I don't want this paper. I don't want this paper. Yeah, it does a little something in this world. Of course, yeah, it has a little weight. Notice, I talked about this before. When people give you them backhanded compliments, when they put little car, little wife, this has a little weight. A little weight. Nah, I want that godly weight. I don't want a little weight. The paper, printed paper saying, 500 feet for 2 years. That's a little weight. It holds a little weight in this world. So it's not much. Like I told you, it don't stop a bullet. It's not fireproof. It's not waterproof. It's not slap proof, punch proof. It's not none of those proofs. It ain't. And it don't show you on the paper, it don't show you how to fight this thing. It doesn't. So it's the same as getting a turkey out of the microwave. That's what this paper is. It's an instant satisfaction, I guess, on our part to have something in our hand and we done did something. And I'm not saying it doesn't. It does do a little something. But let's weigh it. Let's weigh it out, family. Let's weigh it. So, which one weighs more? The Bible or these 2, 3, 4 pieces of paper you got with a restraining order? That ain't me talking. That's just the Holy Spirit is getting to. Which one has more weight? Which one has more weight? Even your smallest Bible go weigh more than these pieces of paper that you go have. I'm just saying, it's more to tell and show in the Bible than it is in this paper. I'm just thinking about what I'm saying. This has way more weight than this does. This restraining order, okay, yeah, it's cool. And of course, but this right here, I can learn so much more from this paper. I can't learn nothing off this restraining order besides the main thing I need to know is that they need to be 500 feet away from. That's the main thing I need to know. Everything else ain't really nothing. Maybe the judge just signed it. But this right here, I can learn so much more. It got so much weight, so much substance. See, this is what we call surface level. This is that surface level blessing. I don't know about you, but I don't like surface level things. I don't like surface level conversations. I don't like surface level communication. I don't like surface level stuff. It's like going get your car service and they do certain. You go in there for all change, tire rotation, 120 point inspection, but they give you a service level. They never changed the oil. They just changed the filter. You see what I'm saying? They're doing a halfway service. That's what this paper represents. I want that godly. So I want when I go in there to get my car service, I want it washed. I want the oil change, the filter change. If you find anything else wrong, I want you to tell me about that too, just so I know this paper don't tell me nothing because it's just a piece of paper. But we get caught up in the particulars, and I'm not saying don't get this paper. Don't like my wife said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm taking your saying because I couldn't come up with that shit. But what I'm saying is, don't depend on this paper so much that you stop depending on all these papers in here. You start depending on God. You depending on this auto protection, and you start depending on God. You depending on this piece of paper to do what it's gonna do, which it really don't do much when you think about it. And you stop reading this. You depending on reading this paper. Some of y'all got this paper next to your bed and don't have your Bible next to your bed. I'm just saying, whoever it is for, this is for you. If I'm stepping on your toes, that's for you. You depend on you got this paper in a safe place, but don't have your Bible in a safe place. I'm just thinking about what I'm saying. Oh, you know where this paper at. You know where they're restraining order at. You know where that order protection. You got it in a safe. You got it locked and key. You know where this paper at. You probably know it word for word. But how many of y'all know y'all Bible word for word? Ooh, I never really try to step on nobody's toes, but we might be getting on some toe stepping going on around here. I'm just saying, so you know this paper front and back and know the judge signature, the lawyer, you know the date it was signed, but you don't know this right here. So don't get caught up in this surface level justice when you got kingdom level justice all throughout this Bible right here. All kind of, look, I think there's all kind of paper in there. All kind of paper in there. But we so caught up in this world. I just want my auto protection. I want them to stay 200 feet away from me. I don't want them to be nowhere near me. I'm going to read this Bible so I can get kingdom justice, so I can figure out how this joker never be around me, my family, my grandchildren that's not even here yet. That's the kind of justice I want. This just go in 2 years, 10 years. It's over. This justice right here goes on to the end of time. Just keep on going and going and going. This is better than an Energizer Bunny. I don't know if you understand that, but it is. But we worried about this little paper right here because we think this all the justice we need. We think this paper gonna stop a bullet, stop Superman in this truck. This not kryptonite. I don't know if y'all know the Superman series, but you need kryptonite to stop him. This paper ain't gonna stop Superman. I'm not trying to go all in the Marvel. I'm just telling you, this not gonna stop Captain Marvel. It's not gonna stop Captain America. They go right through this. Same thing like the Narcissist. Even though I'm talking about Marvel Universe, I'm just saying, and DC Comics. What I am telling you is this paper is not going to stop it like you think it is. It's not going to block blessings. This paper don't block no blessings. It's paper. It don't block blessings. It can get wet. I can ball this up right now in front of y'all and throw this away. This paper is not going to do what you think it's going to do. You like, well, some of y'all sitting up there, well, I got an order of protection in place, and they got to stay 1,000 feet away from me. They cannot call my phone. They can't text me. I'm good. And then a week later, that joker call you from a blocked number and just breathe on the phone. Think about that for a second. A week later, after they ain't got served with this paper, they call you from a blocked number and just breathe. And you hang up on them, they call right back and they breathing again because you got this paper. You got caught up in the paper thinking this is justice and not realizing I should have been reading my Bible to get. I should have been looking at this justice. I'm just saying, you caught up in this paper. You so caught up in the paper and think this paper gonna stop everything. Man, come on, man. That dude calling you, that woman calling you from their cousin phone, their mama phone, new phone number, Google phone number every 3 minutes, calling you and texting you. The text just say, hi. So they don't want to leave, they want you to know it's them, but you can't prove it's them. You see what I'm saying? But you depended on this paper right here. And I didn't even know I was going to bring this paper into play, but it makes so much sense. You worried about this piece of paper, this restraining order and this protection and all these things, only to realize this paper can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. How many times we seen on the internet or on the news, somebody had an order of protection or something like that, only to be snuffed out by the ex? How many times? I lost count how many times this has happened. How many times have you seen somebody with a paper and they still get robbed or whatever by the ex or some family members, the ex-family members, that you think they put out this paper like, pew, 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 pew. It's not a bulletproof vest. I'd rather wear a bulletproof vest than wearing this. I mean, I can't put this up under my shirt or walk around like this and think somebody can walk up to me and pow, and this bullet just not go hit this paper. Let's wait a call so you can put this paper on and think somebody go shoot you and it's not gonna do anything. You got more of a chance of this Bible stopping the bullet. Think about what I'm saying. You got more of a chance putting this on your chest and somebody shooting you right here and that bullet getting caught up in page 122 of the Bible. I just came up with that page. I don't know what I'm just saying. It just get caught up on that page. You might have a chest wound. It might hurt, but you're still alive. But you depend on this paper to stop a bullet. Oh, let me tell you, stop a knife attack. Oh, you in for a rude awakening. Paper ain't gonna stop much. Again, somebody can walk up to you with a knife and you got this Bible right here. They just so happen to stab you right where the Bible is. If the Bible not long enough, it's not gonna be able to touch. It's not gonna be able to touch your flesh. It can't even break the flesh. It's gonna get stuck in the Bible and you can use. I'm just saying, you're not listening to me. I'm not even talking about movies. I'm telling you this can happen for real, but I just want you to understand the analogy behind that. But you worried about this paper, this justice. Man, here, throw this away. Nothing. Trash. Throw that in the trash. Keep it. I mean, if you got your order of protection, don't keep it, but depend on this. This is where your justice is. That's where all your answers at. Some of the answers you've been asking us, we might not know them. Whatever page you want to turn to, you go learn something. Go to God, ask him. Figure out when your justice is going to be, and you're going to be like, man, this is more powerful than what I thought. That Bible have more. I just showed you other things you can do with that Bible. I'm not saying go out there and wear that Bible. I'm just showing you an illustration of having a paper, depending on that paper, a man-made paper, man-made laws and systems. You depending on that, and you're not dependent on this. You're not dependent on this for what it is and what it can do and how it can change your life. You thinking that paper gonna change your life? You thinking that paper gonna save your life? You think that law and order protection gonna save everything, your family? Who said that? Like Portia said on that. Who said that? Who said that paper was gonna save you from everything? But God said this gonna save you from everything. This can change your life. I'm just being honest with y'all. So you can depend on that paper, and hopefully it does some kind of justice for you. You can depend on that. Or you can read this more. You can learn about narcissism abuse more. You can learn about the justice system more. Talk about the godly justice system. You can read the Bible verses that really fit what's going on. Or you can depend on the paper. I don't know about you, but I'm dependent on God. I'm not dependent on that paper over there. I'm not dependent on this world's justice. I'm dependent on godly justice. That's what I want for my life. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want, because that paper is just at the end of the day, that paper is just a paper. Hey, how you doing, King Joe the Chosen One? Thank you for joining. Thank y'all for joining. The message is, I'm really done. It's nothing more I can say. I didn't really know how this message is gonna go. I just love what God is doing. I can see the growth and things that are going on. I'm not tooting my own. I'm just telling you that I'm just being truthful and honest with you. So if you notice the way the teachings have been going, it's more God-filled, Holy Spirit-filled. You know, the prayers different. I talk different. We're doing more laughter. We're just doing things differently, and I'm thankful for that. People are coming around. They're coming in and out. They're learning different things, and they supporting the channel. I'm thankful for that. But to have illustrations right in front of you, just using a piece of paper and a Bible, I mean, you just think about the magnitude of that. We worried about, will we ever get justice? Hopefully you was able to learn something from this teaching and realize, stop depending on the paper so much. Don't miss what I'm saying. Go get the paper, because it does hold some weight. I did say that. It does hold a little weight. I'm not saying it does. It does hold a little weight. But don't depend on the paper so much to where you're in the process of depending on that paper for everything. You got to go to the Bible and realize that's where your healing at. That's where your justice is at. That's where you learn about God. That's where you grow with God. You don't learn about God in this paper, on this protection order. You don't learn about the justice system, the godly justice system on this paper, but you can learn about all those things in the Bible and so much more. Financial abuse you're going through, you can break that in the Bible. Can't break that in that paper. That paper don't say nothing about no financial abuse. I'm just saying. Yeah, I just thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for me just being able to deliver this message. Hopefully I was able to learn something from it, enjoy it. If you haven't hit the like button, man, please hit the like button. Share this video out if you think it can help somebody. Like I said, we're going to start doing more of these midday discussions. Not weekly, not every day or so. Unless God, put something on me where I got to do it again during the week. I like doing this, having a discussion, being able to talk about things, different things. And when y'all have questions, being able to ask the questions and stuff like that. You just never know what somebody's going through. You just never know what somebody's going through. And somebody probably in this situation right now trying to figure out how they gonna get justice because they got this piece of paper in their hand and they're not getting the justice they want. But they need to have their Bible in their hand and realize that's all the justice they need. They need to have God on their side and realize that's all the justice they need. They need to be praying with themselves and their children and like-minded prayer warriors to realize they can get the justice that they seek and need and so much more. But you can't depend on this world systems to give you all that justice, because they're not gonna do it. The system, I don't know if you know this, but the system is set up for failure. The Bible is not set up for failure. That paper is set up for failure. It has a expiration date. That's the last time I said it has an expiration date on that paper. This order of protection or this restraining order, whatever it is, it has an expiration date on it. So whenever that date expires, this paper, you might as well throw it away. It's non-involved. You can't do nothing with it. I don't know about you, but the Bible doesn't have an expiration. It doesn't expire. You can keep. I've been reading it for hundreds of years, thousands of years. This Bible is not going to expire. These stories in the Bible have stood the test of time. That paper hasn't. That paper I can keep that paper in this desk drawer for a couple years, and you know what's gonna happen? That paper gonna turn yellow. It's gonna fade out. The words if it's folded up, the words gonna start to disappear. So I can no longer read what is on that paper in a couple of years anyway. So before it even expires, it really expired anyway, because it, like I told you, you can go to the court system and get another copy. But I've been having this Bible for years, and I don't know about you, but I can read everything perfectly clear on any page of this Bible. Stuff I got highlighted and stuff or whatever, I can still read it. It hasn't faded. It hasn't turned yellow. It hasn't. It got some wrinkle pages. I really say that, but that's because I did that. But what I'm saying is, it's still the same. It don't have an expiration date. But that order of protection, them court systems, they got expiration dates on them. They got people in your life got expiration date. The justice that you're looking for. Sometimes you worried about why these people left your life. If you said the prayer for God to remove snakes from your life, they got an expiration date on them. Their season has passed. So the justice that you're looking for is them people being removed. You worrying about why your friends not talking to you, why your family not talking to you, why you thought it was going to be a friendship for a lifetime, but it didn't work out. They got an expiration date on them. The expiration date might have been a day, might have been 2 months, might have been 20 years, but friends and family expire as well. You just got to realize that. And I ain't talking about death. Don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about them dying. No, I'm talking about the relationship running this course, and guess what? It got an expiration date. You might have an expiration date with your mama. You might have an expiration date with your daddy, your brothers, your other siblings, even your children. You might have an expiration date on, because if they went down a path of narcissist abuse as well. I'm just saying, at some point, at some time, you have to wash your hand. If you're gonna do it for your husband, if you're gonna do it for your wife, if you're gonna do it to your mama, y'all don't want to hear that conversation. I had a conversation about children being narcissists before, and that conversation didn't go as well because people don't want to talk about their children. They don't want to talk about moms, especially. Shannon, we didn't talk about this before. They don't want to talk about that. Oh, that's my mama. I gotta love her and take care. Who's what? I'm not trying to be funny. What I am, I'm just saying, man, look here, man. Look here. What you got to realize is, let me put this up here. Thank you for that, wife. She said, thank you for that super chat. Say, this is a word. I'm just doing my little part. Thank you for always being here, just supporting. Thank you for that. May God return it to you over and over again. That's my wife. I love her. She's always here to support. We support each other. And you got to have support systems around, whether it's a husband, a wife, a brother, a sister. I have Rizzo and Alan B. That's two brothers that support me dearly. I love them. I have Joy and Telsha, two sisters, support me all the time. So that's how I'm able to do what I can do. And it comes with God first. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you got people like this pushing, man. That was a good word. Keep going, keep pushing. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. But at the same time, sometimes, we need to have cheerleaders around us, people praying for us. I just ask for prayers. I don't ask for money. Hey, just pray for me. I ask for likes and prayers. And I don't think nothing wrong with asking for likes, to like the channel to trigger some in the algorithm. And I don't think nothing wrong with asking for prayers. And I don't think nothing wrong with asking for somebody to share the video out. I only can share it out on the dude so much. But we come together as a collective group, we can do so much damage. Because we can be like this Bible. There's so many pages in this Bible, so many stories to tell, just like y'all have a lot of stories to tell. We can do so much damage together as this Bible. But if we stand here alone, if I stand here alone with just like this blank sheet of paper, I'm doing nothing. I'm talking to nobody. I'm not speaking to nobody. Nobody hearing me. But if I stand with all y'all and we talk and read this Bible and break down Bible verses week in, week out, and we come together, we laugh together, we break bread together. I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about learning and understanding what narcissist abuse is, learning more about God. We can do so much more damage with this book compared to that paper. I'm just saying. God just came, just gave me that. I don't even know where it came from, but I'm just saying we can do so much damage together. So when I'm asking for likes and stuff like that, or when other people like my wife or Joy or Telsha asking for likes, it's only because we're trying to get more people to hear this message. Because the thing about it, if you learning something from these messages, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about my brothers and sisters, my wife as well. If you learning something from these messages, why wouldn't you share that with somebody else so they too can learn from these messages? I'm just saying. It's not that we're trying to grow our platform to have 600,000 subscribers. I can do good with 2,000 subscribers, but I need 2,000 subscribers that's really getting the message, that's coming to listen. And I ain't saying they got to be there every week. That's not what I'm saying. But really understanding and learning. Because if you're not really here to learn and sow seeds of time, I'm not even talking about money. I'm talking about sowing seeds of time and learning or being part of the chat. I don't know what you're here for. If you're just here to lurk and not like my wife, breaks down, I mean, I don't know why you're here. I mean, you just hear, I guess, just a laugh on the inside. You know, some people, you look at their face, they laughing on the inside, but they don't laugh outwardly. And that's sometimes the people we have around us. So I'm just trying to have justice for us all. I want to make sure we all get the same justice and have a level playing field. The devil making sure we don't have a level playing field. He got his little demons. He got narcissists out here. He got enablers out here. He got flying monkeys out here. He got evil people in politics. He got evil people in the police force. And notice I ain't saying everybody evil on the police force. I don't want somebody to watch the video when he talking about the police. Hey, if you ain't watched the news in the last 2 days, probably today, and then see something evil from a police department somewhere around the country, I don't know what you're watching. I don't even watch the news like that, but I still get alert. But what I am saying, they have evil people in each one of these systems that I'm talking about, and they do evil things. We got evil people right here on YouTube that do evil things. They got people that's praying against me while we praying. You know what I'm saying? It is. They got people that's praying against you while you trying to do godly bit. So you got to realize that you're never alone. God is always with you. You always gonna have a Telsha, a Joy, a Rizzo, a Alan B, a Shannon, and a Solomon is gonna pray for you whenever we can. We might not say your name every time, but you can guarantee if you didn't put something in the chat and I seen it, or you didn't told my wife something or told her something, we're going to pray for you. You got a car situation, a job situation, whatever it is, we're going to pray for it, because I think collectively together, we can pray together and we can do so much damage. Stop being this lonely piece of paper just out there blowing in the wind like tumbleweeds, doing nothing, and be more like this Bible. They got so many people that's mentioned in this Bible because they all did things together. A lot of them did things together. Some of them did things, you know, by themselves. I'm not saying they didn't, but a lot of people did things together. Or they led people, you know, to a certain thing so they can, you know, get their healings and their blessings and stuff like that. I'm just saying. Just think about what I'm saying. We can do so much damage together. That's why I'm big on promoting other people, because I want to see everybody win. Some people say it, some people speak it, but they don't mean it. I mean it over here. That's why I have no problem with promoting my sister Telsha. No, I don't. I have no problem with promoting Rizzo podcast. I don't. I have no problem promoting Alan B or Joy, my wife, Vanessa Renner here with her has a YouTube channel. I have no problem. You got a book. Lyricist has an album came out a couple weeks. I have no problem promoting other people because I want to see people win. It has nothing to do with me. It's just like I tell you, it has nothing to do with the narcissist. You want justice and stuff like that. You got to do this the right way. You can't just, you know what I'm saying, stand on these things by yourself. You got to do it the right way. You got to do it God way. Stop trying to do it by yourself and do it by yourself. Because the way I look at it, if Telsha gets to 100,000, let's play this. Because she's at 50-something thousand right now, but she gets to 100,000. To me, that's a blessing. I'm cheering her on. You can ask Shannon. I'm waiting for her to break like 400-some people in the chat and just 500-some people in the chat, 1,000-some people in the chat, because so many people need to hear that message. Same thing with Shannon and Joe. I'm waiting for them to break, you know, like 4, 5, 6, 700,000-some people in the chat, because so many people need to hear them messages. But if we don't share these things out and we just keep it to ourselves, I mean, what are we doing? We doing everybody else a disservice. We being, I guess I can say, dishonorable, because if you know this message can help somebody, I'm not talking about any one of their messages can help somebody, why wouldn't you share it out and tell people, man, look, Joy put on a powerful word Sunday night, and I just want to share this with you. You know, go ahead and watch it, listen to her talking, whatever. Tell Shemai, I was listening to it. She just put on something powerful. Man, you can watch just the end part, you can get your blessing. Shannon put on something, man, so powerful for women, man. Saturday, man, was Rock Your Crown 5, man. I'm ready for Rock Your Crown. I'm just saying. Rizzo came out with something, man. The man in 89 countries, he got to be doing something right. People listening to him in 89 countries. I'm just saying. Alan B then went from, you know, starting on Clubhouse with only a few people. And I know the other night he had, almost 30-some people in there. So if you don't see growth going around here, I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what you're looking at. And I'm not even talking about book deals or magazines and other stuff. Lyricists drop down. You got different people that's in this live right now that are doing different things. Not everybody say something. I know everybody. You can't tell everything that you have going on. I learned it the hard way. You cannot tell everything. Some things you got to wait till it drop. Like Shannon, now we ain't said nothing about the book till it was out. Because sometimes people start praying against you and, you know, try to block your blessings. I did a video about that, about blessing blockers, some months back last year. You can go watch that. But this justice thing, it takes time. It takes time. So I want to continue walking down this path of godly justice, continue, you know, walking together with my brothers and sisters in Christ, and continue praying for y'all as y'all pray for me, and continue moving forward. And again, just thank y'all so much for everything, for everything. All the, like I say, all the likes, all the views, the comments in the thing, you know what I'm saying? It's just awesome. And Shannon, she goes back more than I do and watch it like she want to read the comment, because when you live, it's hard to read all the comments. So she go back and she like reading the lives and seeing what people saying, and if we laughing, like Telsha and Joy and myself cutting up, she like to go read it and see, man. She said, like, boy, y'all crazy. You and Telsha there cutting up. And I said, well, Telsha started. Yeah, I blame you sometimes. Or Joy started, or Alan Beaton started, or whoever started it. We just go down that path. But again, to me, a family that prays together, not P-R-E-Y, not that pray. A family that prays together stays together. And that's a true saying. And I think lifting each other up is just another thing. I want to see all, like I say, every week, I don't mind if somebody coming here and say, you know what, I've been no contact for this amount of time. I dropped a book last week. I wrote my first article. I just did my first painting and put it on TikTok or whatever. I think that's awesome. Look, if we can't support you just to go watch a video, I mean, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? You dropped a video and it's a 15-second TikTok, and you just said, man, just go look at my video. I dropped my first, TikTok. I mean, as long as it's I ain't gonna watch no crazy cursing stuff. I'm not saying that, but if it's something, good and biblical or something funny or whatever, I love to laugh. I go check it out and put a like on that. What did that cost me? 15 seconds? You go watch a TikTok and put a like on that? Share it out to a few people. I might have wasted, not even wasted, but I'm just saying 30 seconds of my life just went by. Ooh, I need that 30 seconds back. I'm just saying. Don't get caught up in the small things. That's all I'm saying. But again, y'all, thank y'all. Again, we're going to pray. Thank y'all for just being here. I didn't know how this live was going to go. Hopefully, like I said, you was able to learn something. We're going to get up out of here. Let's say a prayer right quick so we can get out of here and continue having, a good day. It's Friday. It looked beautiful outside and stuff. So I would say I'll go walk. I might go walking later. I'm going to see. I already worked out this morning, but I might go walk and do a little walk run thing. It's good to get out there and go do some exercise. Now, narcissists stop you from doing something. That's some of your justice too, taking your life back. Go out there and work out. You know what I'm saying? Use that as motivation to do something. If you didn't gain weight by being with the narcissist because they downing you and talking about you, man, use that as motivation to go out there, get you a 6-pack, get you some guns. I ain't talking about guns, I'm talking about gun your arms. Let me say it right. Get your arms on point, your chest, whatever, your abs, your legs. And it's not to show them. It's to show you, like, you know what, that narcissist tried to take that from me. I'm going to go out in this gym. I'm going to bust my butt. I'm going to do it at home. I got weights at home or whatever I got to do. I'm going to run down the street. Something to say, y'all like, well, I ain't going to the gym. I got to pay for it. No, you don't. You can do a lot of workouts. You on here on YouTube right now? Guess what? They got people that got workout videos for free on YouTube. They can do stuff at home with just dumbbells. And some of them, you ain't got to do dumbbells to get yourself in shape. Because another thing you got to realize, being healthy is not just for you, it's for God, for God's kingdom as well. If you're not healthy and you're doing things the wrong way, got high blood pressure, chest pains, whatever, you're not going to be able to come on YouTube and deliver a message. You're not going to be able to do things. But if you're healthy and you fighting this fight the right way and you're doing things, you working out or whatever it is. Like Shannon started getting back into skating. She was skating outside last week, skating outside just around the concrete. I'm about to get back into bowling, something I used to love to do. It's just little things that you just taking a little piece, taking your power back is what I'm saying. If you used to draw, I used to do coloring books or crossword puzzles, and you just don't want to do it anymore because you stopped doing it because of the man, go to Dollar Tree or one of them places, go get your doggone coloring book for $1, $2 and start coloring books. You ain't got to show nobody, but it's just for your own, it's for you. That's all I'm saying, it's for you. And you got to realize that. So this justice walk, it's not just the court systems. It's about you getting justice for yourself as well. You learning the Bible, reading the Bible, and also taking little pieces of your life back. If you used to love to fish, book your fishing trip. If you used to love to travel, take yourself, go somewhere. You used to love to go out and eat and do things, and then you stop doing it because of man, take yourself out there. I have no problem going to eat by myself. I really don't. Going to the movies. Narcissist didn't complain about y'all going all the time, so you stop going to the movie. But you a movie, what you call them? Basically a movie critic. Man, go watch you some doggone movie. Go book, go online, buy your ticket, go to a Midday where it's a little bit cheaper, and go sit down in there, eat your popcorn, eat your food, whatever, and sit there and enjoy your movie, and don't worry about this narcissist, because that relationship is done with. It's over with. That's your justice. It's over with. So keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving. All right, y'all. Let's pray so we can get out of here. I just want to come together just saying thank you. Thank you for this message. Thank you for this noonday discussion about getting justice. Just thank you for the illustration with the Bible and then the paper, and just hopefully everybody was able to get an understanding. I'm sure they did. If they're watching the replay or watching this live, able to get an understanding of what I was saying with the paper, this court system, this world court system only holds so much weight. But this Bible holds so much more weight, so much more to learn in the Bible, so much more to gain from that Bible compared to a restraining order or a protection order or just any kind of court divorce paper or anything like that. It's so much more to learn in this Bible. So I'm praying that we read our Bible more. I'm praying that we come together and share more. I'm praying we learn more. I'm praying we have a great day. I'm praying we have a great weekend and then a great week next week, and just keep moving forward and keep learning and growing in you, Heavenly Father. I'm praying for tomorrow. Shannon has her Rock the Crown 5. I'm praying that more women sign up. It's not about the money. It's about women coming together, learning and growing after narcissist abuse and learning how to start business and being entrepreneurs and doing different things. So I'm praying that more people are able to attend just to learn. And if you set forward that it's only a small number that need to be there, I know that the people that need to be there are going to be there. So we're not getting caught up in the numbers. I also want to pray for my sister George, sis Telsha, pray for Rizzo, Alan B, Kristen Pickle, different people that then came in the chat, just so many people, just praying for all y'all. You know, Jasmine here, I know she's not here right now, but Jasmine and just different people have different situations going on, whether it's good or bad. I'm just praying for just you to wrap your head to protection around them, whatever they're dealing with, you know, whether it's sickness, illness, or if they're on the good side and dealing with, you know, they just got paid money. I'm just praying to show them how to use that money wisely, how to invest, how to save, how to, you know, if this is a financial breakthrough, let it be a breakthrough, not just one time, but multiple times, and keep moving forward. So I just want to say thank you for that. We're praying for the children, all the children that are represented in this chat. We praying for them as well. And for you just touch them and continue to guide us so we can help guide them to become adults and become Christ followers and learn about you, learn to read the Bible, learn to pray. Because we do this in this household, but I want to make sure that we all doing it in households around the world, not just in this country, because you never know who is watching the replay or who is even watching the live. So people need prayer more now than they did ever. They need to read the Bible more now than they did last year, because things have changed, things have shifted. It's a shift in the atmosphere. Even though I declare it's a winning season, I know it ain't nothing like when you win, when you already didn't won. So I'm claiming that we already didn't won, and I know victory is ours. So I'm claiming that we just continue moving forward. We continue working out. I'm not just talking about exercising physically, but I'm talking about exercising mentally. We'll continue growing, reading, learning, understanding not just the narcissist, but understanding the Bible, understanding this world's court system, understanding what justice really is when you give justice and when the court gives justice on this blank piece of paper, like I illustrated. I just want to make sure that we are on the same accord, on the same page, learning and growing together. So we thank you. We just want to just say thank you for just having this time just to spend together with family, able to laugh, able to share, and able to grow. This way, in your son Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen. Again, thank y'all for being here again. It's always appreciative. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all each and every week, and, you know, sharing with my wife and myself, and just, you know, sowing seeds of time and everything. So thank y'all again. God bless all of y'all, you know, just for being here. It's always awesome just to be here. So like my wife just said, she said, plant the seeds now in fertile soil. Remember, the seed does not grow in the same season that is a plant. Amen to that. Be patient with yourself. You might plant a seed today, but it ain't going to grow up. It's not going to sprout out as a flower tomorrow. It's not how it works. If you've been in a garden or planting any kind of stuff in your flower beds in front of your house or behind your house, you know you can't plant something today that's going to grow. Unless it's already a plant. But then even that plant had to come from a seed and grow. And you got to realize it takes time. So, well, you got to water your plant. You got to pray. You got to pray for these things. You got to pray for your justice and keep moving forward. So thank y'all for sharing that and just being here. Again, always awesome. Hey, Anna Robles, you're welcome. Hey, we're just vessels over here just doing our thing. So thank y'all just for being here again. Awesome Holy Spirit. Thank you. God bless you, wifey. All right, y'all. Y'all have an awesome day. For the ladies, Shannon, go see y'all tomorrow. For y'all that signed up, you haven't signed up, you still have time. Rock Your Crown 5. And we'll see y'all now. I'll play a little music and we gonna get up out of here. See y'all next time. All right, y'all.
Mm-hmm.